Hey lovelies, we are going to the United States of America. Yes! You're looking at the latest United States registered nurse. I got my dream job in the United States and I couldn't be happier. Oh my god, all of the hard work that I put into passing my NCLEX and applying for this job just paid off. My USA employer will be paying for everything I have spent. Not only that, they are sponsoring the entire trip for me and my family. They're paying for everything up until we get into the United States. Yes! It's always been a dream for me to practice as a nurse in the United States, and I'm so grateful that it's finally happening. I did promise that I was gonna spill all of the tea in this video. That is exactly what we are discussing. Before we continue, guys, I would love to say a big thank you for all of the love. Yeah, when I share this post on my social media platforms, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube community post, you guys, the outpour of love was just overwhelming. Thank you so much. I sincerely appreciate you. Thank you for the engagement on my last video. Thank you so much for the support. Love you. I promised in this video I'm gonna be spilling all of that tea: what agency I applied to, how I applied, prepared for my interview, and getting the job. I'm not gonna share the name of my employer. Also share with you the states in the United States that we are going to. If you're interested, keep watching this video.
Fire. Yeah, me no understand why you not here with me. Let me take it.
Hey lovelies, you're welcome back to the channel. If you're a first time viewer, my name is Nurse MJ. I'm a nursing, lifestyle, motherhood, relocation content creator. If you're a nurse and you're not subscribed to this channel, you are wrong. Subscribe to this channel. It's one of the best channels out there if you want reliable and useful updates. I'm a registered nurse currently practicing in the United Kingdom as a theater manager, also licensed to practice in the United States. Sort of share all of this, updates with you, especially the ones I believe you'll find really helpful. This kind of content interests you, kindly subscribe and turn the notification bell on so you'll get notified when I share new videos. If you're a returning subscriber, I love you. I'm just gonna give a little bit of background for those of you who are new. Oh yes, I forgot to welcome our new subscribers. If you're new to this channel, kindly indicate in the comment section. I want to give you a virtual hug. Thank you so much for subscribing, and I promise that you're gonna love it here. For those of you who are just joining this community, I'm a registered nurse from Nigeria. I trained in Nigeria and I moved to the United Kingdom. It's always been my dream to practice as a nurse in the United States. I started the whole process, took my exam. I think I passed my exam about a year or two ago. I've been dilly-dallying if we want to go. I did a video talking about why I don't want to go. Now we have finally concluded that we are leaving for United States for a lot of reasons, which I am going to share in another video. I'll compare nursing in the United Kingdom with nursing in the United States based on the information that I have gotten from my friends who are currently in the United States. When I get to the United States, I'll also then, give more insight around that. But that's a bit of a background. I have a couple of videos on my YouTube that details when I started the process, from when I passed my examination experience, my study materials. I registered with Texas Board of Nursing, bit of everything. Feel free to look around. I also drop the links to these videos under this video's description so you can have a look and get familiar, for those of you who are interested, of course. When I made a decision that I wanted to go ahead with this journey, I reached out to a few agencies. I'm gonna give you the list of the agencies, so you can check if you want. So I decided to go for this particular agency because of what they had to offer, from feedbacks from my friends who have used them, and other nurses. They also provide direct hire, which is a permanent contract. You're dealing directly with the employer, with the hospital that you'll be working with. From experience and from my research, is kind of the best option for international nurses. The name of the agency that I processed my job with is Worldwide Health Staffing. Reached out to them. I searched their name on Google and it came up, and then I put in the application. You're going to have to fill some information in about your academic qualification, about your work experience, if you have passed the NCLEX. And then after about a few days, they got back to me, asked for some extra things. I had reached out to them and they were happy to proceed with my application. I then went ahead to apply for my visa screen. You need it for visa application and your agencies will always ask. Before I did that, I first of all took my IELTS, International English Language Testing System. So you need your IELTS, academic IELTS, to process your visa as an internationally educated nurse from a non-English speaking country. I think that's the major reason. So I prepared for that within about 3 days. I mean, it's something I've done before. I went for the exam. Good for me, I passed. You need overall of 6.5 and you need 7 in speaking. Okay, overall 6.5. I really passed. Well, I was surprised. I then submitted to CGFNS, and which is the credentialing body that I used to process my credential evaluation. That's when I was registering to take NCLEX with Texas Board of Nursing. I then applied for my visa screen. It was very smooth applying for my visa screen because my information were already with CGFNS and it was just easy. I think the visa screen at that time was around $700 to $750, which I paid. Yeah, and all of this is gonna be refunded. I have all of the receipts and they'll be refunded by my current employer. Visa screen will be sent to your home address and I think it came within about 2 or 3 days. Very quick. It's really important that you update your address on your CGFNS portal, which is the first thing that they will notify you of even when you want to apply, because if it's a wrong address, then your visa screen will go to a wrong address. So I applied, sent all of that to the agency. Another thing that the agency asked for, my credential evaluation service report. It's important that you keep a copy of your credential evaluation service report because CGFNS or whichever credentialing body you use, I believe they will always send you an applicant copy. You need to provide that to the agency when you start applying for job. You're also going to need your academic transcript. These are the things that I sent to the agency. They asked for a couple more documents, okay, which I'm gonna put on the screen for you to see. Yeah, it all depends on your individual situation, the things that you have to provide, like marriage certificate, birth certificate for your child, you know, your husband's passport. And once they had received that, I was contacted with the list of employers that were available at that time recruiting. Depends on you, depending on the state that you want to work, and you will choose which one you want to go with. That brings us to where I wanted. I picked a couple of compact states. So compact states are states that provide compact, yeah, a compact relationship, I'll say. So they provide you with a compact license that allows you to practice in any of those states that are within, that are part of the compact state. I think there are about 37 or 42 of them. Picked Ohio, Texas, North Carolina, I think Virginia. Picked a couple. Read about North Carolina and I loved everything I read about it. It's one of the most populous ones, but I like that they were still rich in culture. They've got good food, they've got good weather, and the hospital that I found there for North Carolina, I loved everything about them. I loved all the reviews about them. So it's really important that you do that research for yourself, because they're gonna sell the hospital to you, sell the employer to you, but it's also left to you to actually do that bit of work yourself to see what you're getting yourself into. Okay, so I did a bit of research and I saw that I loved the hospital, so I went ahead and said, okay, I'm happy to go with this employer, schedule an interview. Then went ahead to schedule an interview. I had my interview via Skype with my employer. They also provided me with like a cheat sheet about the employer, even though I did my own personal research about the hospital, where it's located, the kind of support they provide for their staff. I read about the specialty, the number of beds, you know, all those things are things that you need to know about your employer. And I was then provided with a cheat sheet, they call it cheat sheet or whatever, that then highlights the things about the hospital and what you are likely to be asked during your interview. So in the interview, of course, the hospital would want to know what sort of specialty you work, department you're interested in, your qualifications, how long you've been practicing for, and the number of beds in the specialty or ward that you're working. What are the special things that you're able to use, maybe equipment, maybe instruments. Interview is not that deep, but you still need to know what you're saying because it all depends on your interviewer. Okay, I think it was a lead nurse, one or two of them, that nurse practitioner that actually interviewed me, and it was not a very lengthy one. I think within 15-20 minutes we were done. And I also had questions for them, but I did not ask a question about salary, about pay. And the reason is they already have a range. So if you have 1 to 2 years of experience, they'll get your rate will be there. If you have 3 to 5 years, 5 to 10 years, so definitely someone with 10 years is not gonna earn same as someone with 2 years of experience, if you get what I mean. So it all depends on your qualification. If you have a degree, diploma, master's, if you have, your years of experience, your specialty. So these are the sort of things that they put into consideration when they are, determining your rate per hour. I just have to ask questions about the shift patterns, some of the benefits that were not mentioned by the agency. I asked about the support available for foreign nurses at their institution. That was it for me. After I finished my interview, I think I did my interview at work even. I was at work because of the time zone and everything. I was at work that day, and it was a virtual interview. Of course, I mentioned the Skype, and of course I'm not going to fly to USA to take the interview. They know they are recruiting me from the UK. After my interview, they got back to me that evening in the UK, probably morning for them, and they said that we are happy to continue with your application. And my case manager, so when I joined the agency, I was given a case manager. My case manager reported to me and said, congratulations, you got the offer. You got a job offer. I got a contract sent to me via some links. I had to create some portals, and I signed my contract. What's in my contract? Oh my God. First of all, my employer is processing permanent residency for me and my immediate family. That includes my children, my husband, fund everything for them. Okay, that's the most beautiful one. They are also going to give a refund of all the expenses that I have made towards this journey. IELTS, visa screen, this and that, NCLEX registration, NCLEX exam, everything that I've had to pay to get into this process, they will be making a refund. Also going to provide me 30 days of accommodation, which is 1 month. Okay, 1 month free accommodation, free housing, and they're gonna support with getting my driver's license sorted, so that because you need to drive, they're going to give me around, I think, $1,500 sign-on bonus. This is different from the money they will pay back for all the processing. I think that's around maybe $10,000 or thereabout. Okay, some of around $10,000 that they're gonna pay, right? That is different from it. This sign-on bonus is thank you for joining us. They're gonna provide support with getting our first car, and they're also going to provide airfare for me and my family. So they're going to be paying for our flight and pick up from the airport, and a lot more benefits and compensation comes from my employer. I think this is beautiful. I am so happy because I see this as a stepping stone to achieving my dream. One of the things that motivated me into this journey that I kept at the back of my mind when I was preparing for NCLEX, because you need to have a why when you're preparing for NCLEX. Don't just follow the crowd, have a why. That why motivated me the entire period of preparing for my NCLEX, because I was working full-time in the theater, morning night shift, not a regular shift pattern. What kept me going was my why, and that why is I have always looked into going into anesthesia. Although reading the requirements for the CRNA pathway, that's certified registered nurse anesthetist in the United States, they have autonomy. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful career, and I think they are the highest paid nurses in the United States. I've always wanted to go into anesthesia as a theater nurse. United Kingdom, they don't have autonomy on something that is universally applicable. That's why I said let me chill and do it in United States, and that kept me going and going and going. So my agency is direct hire. There is direct hire and there is staffing agency. It sounds confusing because I just said my agency is. But when you want to move to the United States as an international nurse, there's no way you have to go through agencies, okay? There are recruitment agencies based either in United States or Philippines or wherever, and their own is to help you relocate to the USA, and they will not ask you for any money. No, because they are like helping the employers get you, and so the employers will be doing all of the payback to them, if you get what I mean. They'll be paying their fees, they have their compensation, so you are not paying them anything. Any agency that reaches out to you and asks for money is scam, so beware. Difference between direct hire and staffing agency, I'm going to share with you in another video entirely, so as not to make this video too lengthy. I hope I have I have satisfied your curiosity in this video. I just wanted to give you that gist. I don't know what's next. What's next? It's visa application. We need to start our visa application. Forgot to mention that my employer is sponsoring, the type of visa they are sponsoring is of course a PR. Yeah, I think I mentioned it, and it's the EB3 visa. So the EB3 visa is the one for professionals, okay, including nurses. Yeah, that gives you permanent residency status. You're going to be a permanent resident as you're entering into the country. You're going with your PR, which is what I recommend for nurses, especially if you've got families. Yeah, especially if you're moving from the UK and you've spent some time. I don't think it's safe to go on a temporary visa. It's something you can wing if it's just to you, but going with family on a temporary visa in the United States I think it's risky, and a lot of nurses who have gone before us do not recommend it. I'll keep you updated as that goes on. I'll let you know when we start, okay? I'm gonna share that with you in another video. I hope that you like this video in preparation for the next video. Yeah. Let me know what you want to know more about this pathway. What do you want me to talk about? If you've got questions, ask so that I can then respond to it in my next video. That's all I want to share with you in this video. It's beautiful, it's exciting. Yeah, I know. And USA pathway can be so overwhelming, so I understand if you have core questions. So drop it in the comment section and I promise that I'll respond to them in my next video. So make sure you subscribe to this channel if you're yet to subscribe. Keep up with our new adventure and new journey, and follow us all through until we get into the United States. See you guys in my next video. Love you. Stay safe. Bye.